If you are scared, then today's story is not for you at all. Close or skip the story, and if you have the courage to listen to the story. My name is Zahid Ubad, and I narrate the horror stories sent by you people. And if you also want to share your story with me, then there is a WhatsApp number and an email address in the description. You can share your story with me either by writing or through voice message. I will select the best story and narrate it. Let's move towards today's stories. Hello Zahid, how are you? Hope you are well. My name is Nasreen. I belong to Karachi, Pakistan. I have been listening to your story for a long time. I like your stories very much, especially your voice. Thank you very much. I want to share an incident with you, which is about my cousins. I was thinking about it for a long time, but I was not getting the courage, and to tell you the truth, this is probably the first time I am getting the courage to tell this sentence to someone. This sentence is about my two cousins, my uncle's son Rafiq and my younger uncle's daughter Sonia. Both of them lived in Jalalpur, an area ahead of Rayanpur. This incident is quite old. At that time, there was mostly forest there, and even if there were houses, they were at a great distance and far from each other. Ladies did not travel alone to go to their homes. Rather, some man or the other used to accompany them. So, if my aunts had to go somewhere, my uncle used to go with them. They did not go anywhere alone. Now we come to the story. When my uncle came to know that Rafiq Bhai liked Sonia, he asked for a relationship from my younger uncle. He said yes. So happily they both got married. 2 years passed after their marriage, but they both did not have any child. So my uncle got very upset because he had only one son. He had no children. So my uncle told Rafiq Bhai that it has been 2 years since you got married, but you have no children. So I want you to get married again. But Rafiq Bhai clearly refused and said that if Allah blesses me with children, He will give it to Sonia only. I will never marry again. So Sonia also became very happy after hearing this. It was not that my uncle and aunt did not like Sonia. They loved her very much because she was so good and sweet, but they told this to Rafiq Bhai just because they wanted children, and then Allah blessed them. In the 3rd year, Allah blesses them with a son, and then after some time, my aunt passed away. After her, Allah blesses them with 2 more daughters, and after 3 children, my uncle also passed away. Actually, when Taya and Tai were alive, if they had to go somewhere, they both used to go. Sonia did not go anywhere that often. She was so happy and lost in her husband, children and her home that it was beyond limits. And then after a long time of Taya's death, there was a wedding in our family. Both of them had to go to that wedding. But Rafiq Bhai had some urgent work, so he was getting very worried because the work was also important and he did not want to send Sonia alone. So Sonia said that you don't worry, you go. I will go with the ladies of the village and will also come back with them. So he said okay, and he went to work. So Sonia went with those ladies. There was no arrangement for transport there. Neither were there any roads built there, nor was there any arrangement for transport to come and go. Most of the people used to go there by walking and come back by walking. So she went with the ladies. It was at a great distance. It took her the whole day to go there, and when she came back, it was quite dark. On her return, Sonia told those ladies that she needed to go to the washroom. They said, okay, you can go to one side. We will wait for you. So Sonia went to the washroom. She looked around and found some ruins. There were old houses there, so Sonia went there and came back after washing up. Then, when she reached home, the other ladies went to their homes and she came to her home. Then maybe that day was her unlucky day, and when she came home, she started being very quiet. At first, Rafiq Bhai ignored that thing. But then he noticed what the matter was, that she was being so quiet. He tried to talk to her, but Sonia said, "No, there is nothing." And then, after some time, Rafiq Bhai noticed that whenever they brought meat, it was in large quantities. But when it is cooked, there is very little in the pot. So he started getting suspicious about what the matter is. To check this, he brought the meat again. He took the meat and he gave it to Sonia and took it inside the kitchen, and after a while Rafiq Bhai went to the kitchen. When he saw Sonia was eating raw meat, Rafiq Bhai was very upset to see this scene. Rafiq Bhai scolded him and snatched the meat from Sonia. Sonia remained quiet from then on. She did not say anything, and Rafiq Bhai brought the meat. He was very surprised as to what had happened to her. Then he brought Sonia and tried to talk to her, but she was completely silent. She did not say anything. Anyway, days passed in the same way. He showed her many a meal, but no one could understand anything. Then by doing this, she became very ill. That means she became completely silent. She did not sleep at all the whole day and night. She just kept sitting quietly on the bed. Then someone told one of the brothers the address of an Amil. He brought him, and when he did the breathing, etc., then he told that she had gone somewhere after getting ready, and she has gone to some ruins. From there, she had this problem of going to the washroom. Rafiq Bhai was very upset because Sonia was the biggest happiness of his life. So, she fell sick like this and came into a strange condition. Haratan Bhai kept doing this, and Sonia became a stranger to the whole world. She did not talk to anyone. Both the husband and wife were very fond of tea, so he would wake up in the morning and make tea and say, "Sonia, wake up, I have made tea." She would immediately wake up and drink tea. But 1.5 years had passed since she fell sick. She did not eat for 2 to 2 days. She did not drink water. They kept giving her food, etc. If she felt like eating, she would take it, or it would get cold lying there. If they gave her water, she would drink it if she felt like it. Otherwise, she did not even drink water for 2 to 2 days. This is how her condition became. She had become very weak, but now she did not even sleep. Rafi Bhai still had the same routine, that he would wake up in the morning and make tea, and on hearing her voice he would say, "Sonia, get up, I have made tea." But he would not tell her where the teacup was kept. She would quietly get up and come to the kitchen, and she would know where the cup was, and she would pick it up and drink tea. Rafi Bhai tried a lot, showed it to many officials, got the accounts done from many places, but it did not make any difference. 2 years passed in this way. Rafi Bhai and Sonia loved my mother very much. He treated my mother like his own mother. My mother also loved both of them very much, and when my mother went there, and when she saw all this, my mother also got very upset. My mother told Rafi Bhai to send Sonia to my house in Karachi. I also want to try. Who knows, Allah may make some way. She may get cured from somewhere. So Rafiq Bhai came to Karachi with Sonia and Mummy and left Sonia Bajji at our house and went back himself, because he had children behind and he had to look after them. Mummy served Sonia Bajji a lot here. Here I would like to tell you one thing, that my mummy had started praying in her youth and was very strict about praying. She used to recite and accept the Namas and the Holy Quran a lot. She used to recite and accept the Namas and the Holy Quran a lot. A week had passed since Sonia had come to our house, but Sonia's routine was the same, that she would sit quietly on the cot, completely silent, neither talking to anyone, nor moving, nor asking for anything to eat or drink. And in this way, almost a week passed. Then Mummy inquired from somewhere and showed her to an amiel. Then Mummy and I took Sonia Bajji to the amiel. So at that time she had insisted a lot. She did not speak, but her hands and legs would become stiff. And I don't know from where she got so much strength at that time. She would free her hands and her behavior would become very strange. Somehow we took her there. Babaji looked at her and did some breathing exercises and gave her some ash in some packets and did amal on some nails and did breathing exercises on them. He said that she should be given the ash by mixing it in water every day during Asar and Moghrab, and these nails should be picked up every day and started from the head, as if we are cutting something. Start from the head by making a gesture, and then go straight to the big toe, and then start from the head again and do it twice from the front, and twice from the back till the big toe on the other side. So anyway, we kept doing this amal. It had been almost 5 days since we started doing this amal. She mostly remained sitting. No one saw her getting up, but she would suddenly get up and catch someone from behind just to scare them, and when that person would scream and look back, she would run away with a strange smile. It seemed as if nothing was wrong with her. She would run like this and then go and sit on her cot. Now she had started doing these things continuously, but she did not do these things with men because she was scared of them, and she did not do such things with Ami either. Maybe she was scared of this too. Seeing my courage, I also got a lot of courage. I had 2 younger sisters. Scaring them like this. I had 2 elder sisters who were married and lived in another street. They also used to come to our house. So she would also suddenly come and hug them from the back. Then they would scream immediately. Anyway, everyone in the house had started getting scared after seeing her. A strange kind of atmosphere had been created. You can say that her actions had become very strange. But Adnan, let me tell you one thing, that whatever was dominating her and whatever condition it had brought her to, she still loved her children a lot. She did not say anything to her children even during this illness in Punjab. During those 2 years when she was in Punjab, Allah had given her another daughter. Now she had 3 daughters and a son. But she loved her children a lot, more than limits, and even after coming to our house, it used to happen like when my nephews and nieces used to play in the courtyard. Usually she did not give any response. But when she saw those children playing, she used to look at them with a strange smile, and as far as I could feel, she did not see the creature in her in this way. Rather, she saw the motherly love in her because she loved her home and children a lot. Well, it started happening in the same way, and she would scare everyone with her loyalty. Do weird things, and then one day it happened because it was summer and we brothers were sleeping outside on cots. One of my brothers was married and had 2 kids, so he also had a cot on one side. Then we came to know that she got up at night. No one saw her getting up, but when my brother woke up, she suddenly strangled my brother. With great difficulty, he screamed and removed her hands. By the time we all reached, when we got up and ran towards her, she suddenly left her hands and went and sat on the cot again, laughing strangely. Seeing this temple, we all got very upset. The children got scared. There was a weird atmosphere in the whole house. Anyway, now even Ami started getting very scared that she might harm any of my children. My brothers used to sleep in one room, and my mother and I used to sleep in the other room, and the 2 rooms next to ours belonged to my brother. So one of brother's rooms was vacant, so brother said, let's do this. Let's make her sleep in this room. So we will latch or lock it from outside. At least there will be no danger that she will harm anyone. So Ami said, okay, this idea is good. So when I discussed this, my elder brother had a habit of speaking, shouting, and doing this on such things. So when we decided this, Bobby made a lot of noise. Well, if you look at it, in a way her fear was justified. She had small children. She started saying that no, I am scared. Don't keep her in my other room. Anyway, he said a lot of bad things and also said bad things to Sonia in anger. But no one in our house spoke even a single word to her because we knew that whatever is there is very powerful and it can do anything. But that night, Bobby also shouted a lot. But brother scolded her and made her quiet and told her to keep quiet. What will I do if any harm comes to my younger siblings? Anyway, we made Sonia sit on the bed in the same room because she would not lie down because she would not be able to sleep. So she sat there and we locked the door from outside. Bobby was sitting inside with her children because there was no light. It was dark, so Bobby was talking about something that her daughter was sitting on her backside. She kept talking, and when she turned around to look, what did she see? That Sonia was sitting on her backside and all her hair was on her face. So suddenly Bobby screamed. Seeing her, the children also screamed and came out screaming. So we all came. Brother also came running. Brother asked what happened. So Bobby said that Sonia is sitting here. All her hair is scattered. Her face is looking very strange and her eyes are big and she is smiling in a strange way. But when brother went inside and turned on the torch, there was nothing. The room was empty and the room in which Sonia was sitting was empty. Sonia was made to sit. We went there and saw. The door was locked from outside. When we opened the door, we went inside. We were so scared that we followed our brother with great courage. Brother was brave, Alhamdulillah. Brother opened the door, and when we went inside, Sonia was sitting very quietly. Anyway, as the night passed, we were very worried, and then someone told us the address of another Amil. We took him there. He saw her and breathed. He then separated and told Ami, whatever this thing is, it has destroyed Sonia. Alapak has just kept her breathing, whereas Sonia is destroyed from inside. Now there is no use in treating her. If we do any wazifa, any amal, then Sonia does not have the courage to bear it. She will kill her in one stroke. She has become so weak. Ami pleaded with them a lot. These are small children. If you can do anything, then do it. Amil said, I have already told you. She does not have that much courage left in her. If we start the ritual, that thing will kill her in one stroke. But still, if you insist so much, then it is okay, I will do the ritual. But before that, I need her husband's permission. You call her husband. He should give me permission because the chances of her survival are very less. Then Ami called Rafiq, from Punjab. When he came, Ami told him the whole incident, that Amil is talking to me like this. Now you tell me what I should do. Aiden, to that day, Sonia was sitting inside the room. Ami and Rafiq, were sitting outside in the courtyard and were discussing this matter. Rafiq sat silent for a while and started looking at his wife. He kept looking at her like this for a while. Maybe he was remembering the happy moments of his life. It was a very difficult time for him, and maybe taking this decision, too. After that, he heaved a sigh and tears came to his eyes. Then he said that I know what is Sonia's condition. She will not be able to bear anything. Now, the way she is, and if something happens to her during this ritual, then I will not be able to forgive myself for the rest of my life. I will consider myself her murderer because I allowed the ritual to be performed, due to which Sonia's life ended and she went away from me. So, I do not have the courage to allow this. He said that I am serving Sonia for as long as she is alive and will always do so. Then he took Sonia to the village. He refused that no, I cannot get this ritual done. And then, after a few days, we got to hear the news that Sonia has left this world. Then Ami also went there to Rafiq Bhai. When she asked Rafiq Bhai what happened, Rafiq Bhai told that it was the same routine of Auntie Sonia. One day I woke up in the morning and made tea, and after putting tea in the cup, I called Sonia and said, "Come, let's have tea together. Look, I have kept your tea ready," but Sonia was not coming. I called her again and again, but she did not come, and then I got up myself and went inside to see. Then I saw that after so many years Sonia was lying straight on the bed. Seeing her lying like this, I felt very happy for a moment, and then suddenly I thought, why is she lying like this? Then I went close to her. I called her, but Sonia had left this world and she could not talk more than this. She did not cry in front of Ami. She was just telling that all this happened. Ami stayed there for a long time, but Rafiq Bhai did not cry. He just remained silent. He took a lot of care of his children, but Ami kept asking him again and again that Rafiq share something with me. But he would give a cold sigh and say that, "Auntie, what should I share?" My purpose of living ended. And then Ami came back to Karachi after a few days. And then Rafiq Bhai had some liver problem, and after a year he also passed away. There are cousins, etc. All used to say that he did not have any liver problem, but he had some liver problem. But my Ami used to say that no, he had nothing. It was just Sonia's death that had destroyed him from inside. This was my cousin's story. If you like it, then please share it with your listeners. So thank you very much for sharing the story, and it was a very emotional and very painful story. May Allah bless him. Amen. So friends, if you are listening to my story till now and you have not subscribed to my channel, then I request you to subscribe to the channel and if possible, share it with your friends and family. In the end, let's move towards another story. We are in Dubai. I, my 3 cousins, and my 2 friends are in a place in Dubai. So we make a plan to go there, and we all get together. We have 2 vehicles, and we go towards our point. We reach there after driving for about an hour, and when we reach there, we take out our luggage and have a barbecue. After that, I tell my 3 cousins to go a little higher, while my other 2 friends get very tired. They say that we will rest here. You go from the top. The place above is at a very high height. There are about 150 stairs. You have to climb them to reach the top. After going there, we sit and gossip. Let me tell you the names of my cousins. One's name is Sod, one's name is Wahab, and one's name is Jawad. We all keep gossiping among ourselves. So my cousin Wahab gets a call. He goes a little aside to listen, and we sit behind and keep gossiping. A lot of time passes, and he does not return, so we start looking for him to find out where he has gone. Meanwhile, we hear his scream. We run to that side, and what do we see there? He is lying down and trembling with fear. So he points to the other side with his hand. So when we all turn around and look, what do we see? Adnan Bhai's woman is standing. She is wearing white clothes from top to bottom. Her hair is also white. Her eyes are red and her teeth are very scary. The scene is very scary and we all get very scared. So we quickly pick up our cousin and bring her down with us. As I told you earlier, there were 150 stairs there. We quickly go down those stairs. Meanwhile, we hear his scream. We run to that side, and what do we see there? He is lying down and trembling with fear. So he points to the other side with his hand. So when we all turn around and look, what do we see? Adnan Bai's woman is standing. She is wearing white clothes from top to bottom. Her hair is also white. Her eyes are red and her teeth are very scary. The scene is very scary and we all get very scared. So we quickly pick up our cousin and bring her down with us. As I told you earlier, there were 150 stairs there. We quickly go down those stairs. Meanwhile, we come to the road and the street light installed there starts blinking. Sometimes it goes off and sometimes on, and then it goes off completely. There is a lot of fear there. There is silence everywhere. In the meantime, we look back and see that woman coming down from the top very fast, and we get scared again after seeing her. But then we leave from there at speed. We start running from there and go to our friends. They themselves get scared after seeing us so scared. At that time, there is not enough time for us to tell them the whole thing. We just tell them that you guys get up from here immediately and we leave. Let me tell you that a lot of people come to this place, but the day we went there, no one had come there. We were alone there and there was a lot of fear. So much that you can't even imagine, and then we tell our friends that you guys get up immediately. Then we go and start our car, but the car does not start. In the meantime, we see that this woman is coming from the front. So I tell my cousin to start the car. What are you doing? And he says, I am trying, but the car is not starting. And then after trying 2 to 3 times, the car starts. So we drive the car from there, and as soon as we go up the road, a sound starts coming from behind the car. It seems as if someone is throwing stones at the car, because I am sitting in the back seat. Then I see that the woman is coming behind the car. We are on the same road where we went. Someone is repeatedly hitting our car there, and then we reach the main road saying Allah, Allah. But there is a little traffic there, and after going there, we get some relief. Here we look back, and there is no one there. And then we drive back for an hour and go to the room, and then for 2 days. All 4 of us cousins have very high fever. Our friends did not know this. And then on the 3rd day, we wake up and meet our friends and tell them the whole incident that this happened that day. We could not tell you the whole thing there, because you guys would also get scared. So I hope you liked this small story of mine, and you will definitely share it on your channel. Thank you very much for sharing the story. Let's move on to another story. For some reason, I cannot share my identity with you. The story is something like this, that I have a friend. He had a girlfriend, and both of them were fighting with each other. So during this fight, that girl dies, and after her death, he keeps blaming himself that because of my fight, she got sick and then she died, meaning he had gone into a lot of shock. After the death of that girl, he went to her funeral, attended the funeral, and then the very next day, it started happening that when he used to sleep in his room, then from her house, he used to get a call from her house. The cemetery is about 2 kilometers away. When he was sleeping at night, he would hear a voice, come, come. Adnan Bai, I don't know what used to happen. He would follow this voice to the cemetery. It happened not once but many times that he would wake up at 3 o'clock in the night and go to the cemetery. If someone saw him or noticed that he was not at home, they would go crazy looking for him. They would follow him, and they would find him in the cemetery, on his grave, and then they would bring him home. Many times it also happened that both of us would go together to have breakfast in the morning. When I went to his house at 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning to pick him up from his house, I saw that he was neither at home nor anywhere else. The cemetery was right on the way. So when I went and saw, he was sitting near the grave. Absolutely silent. No movement, no problem. Only 4 of us knew about friend's death. 1 himself, 1 me, and 2 of his friends whom I did not know. So it happens with him that the girl used to appear to them. So both of them shared that the girl appears to them in this way. But I don't know if it was too late by then or what. Both of them were young. Their age was 212 years, so obviously both those boys would have died. One got an electric shock and the other had an accident. Now 2 had died on the same road, and the third one was me, who knew that there was some such scene between them, and they had a fight, after which this girl died. Aden by Aboda is such that whenever I used to go to this area, there was a dirty drain along the road I used to take, and right next to it was a cemetery. So you can say that at a distance of just 1 street, Adnan Bai. Something like this happens to me, that whenever I used to take a turn on that street, not once but for at least 20 days continuously, this scene happened with me. As soon as I used to take a turn on that street, I used to get a very strong feeling that someone is sitting on my bike. At first, I used to get very scared. Then once or twice, I gathered courage and looked back a little, and what do I see? There is a girl who is sitting on my bike. She is wearing a white and red bridal dress, and she is dressed exactly like a bride. At Nanbai, I got very scared of that thing, and I reduced going to that side very much, because my friends lived on this side, so at most once a week I had to go there. But whenever I used to go from there, just after taking a turn, I used to feel as if someone is sitting behind. So, brother, I talked to the boy whose girlfriend she was. If this is the case, then I am not able to understand anything. What is happening with me? So he said to me that why did you not tell me about this thing before? So I started thinking, what is he saying? So he said to me that okay, after today there will be no such scene with you. Dan, bye. I was very surprised that how can he say with such confidence that after today this will not happen with me. So he says I will request him. So the night I shared this with him, he went to the graveyard again that night. I did not know that he will do anything tonight. So brother, he goes to the graveyard, and I don't know what he talks to thereafter. Going there, but what not. After that night, that thing never happened to me again. Now I go there almost daily. I make a trip, and after that night, it has not happened to me even once. I have passed through this road, that I felt something or saw something. Then this was my story. Share it in your own voice. I will wait. Thank you very much for sharing the story. Let's move on to another story. Thank you very much for sharing your story. Let's move on to another story. My name is Nadzia, and today I want to share a story with you which happened with my mother. The story is something like this, that when I was 5 or 6 years old, it was our old house. There was a courtyard. There were 2 rooms in front, and on the left side there was another room, along with the room which was called the house of Nazia. We used to use it as a sitting room. There was a bathroom next to it and a little space next to the bathroom, and then there was a veranda in front of it, and then there was an entrance door. Mum and Dad had a love marriage, and there were some people in my dad's family who did not like my mum's family. Now God knows better, I do not want to blame anyone. But it was as if someone had done black magic, etc. We got to know this from the fact that very strange activities used to happen in our house. My aunt used to live in Salkut, so whenever there were summer vacations, we all family used to go there, and when we came back home, there were blood splatters on the walls of our room, and the side on which my mum used to sleep had more blood. It seemed as if someone had thrown blood on top. Next to our house was my uncle's house. My mum used to call them. They all also used to see that thing. We also used to see the thing. But we were put off by saying that some bird must have come. in the room and got stuck in the room, and this is the blood of this bird. Although the bird does not have as much blood as we could see there. My father was on the post of manager in a bike showroom. He used to go to the city, and the village was quite far from the city, and he often used to come late at night. We were alone in the house. Sometimes it used to happen that in our sitting room, we felt as if someone knocked on its door. At that time, we were small, and mother used to be alone in the house. So mother used to get scared. She also knew that some or the other activity happened with her daily. So then my mother and uncle used to call people. She used to check often, but there was no one inside. Apart from that, mother used to hear the voices of her own family members, as if someone was calling them. But when she used to go out, there was no one outside. Often it used to happen with me that I felt as if my mother was calling me, or my brother Nano, or I was called in the voice of some cousin, but there was no one. In our family, I was considered the most timid in childhood, and it was true that we are 3 sisters and 1 brother. One of my sisters is my twins, and one of my sisters is younger, and my brother is a year younger. So, out of the 4 siblings, I was the most timid. I was so scared that I could not stay alone even during the day. If I had to go to the washroom, I would take someone with me. So, we have a peace hub. My mother used to get amulets, etc., from him and give them to me so that I would not feel scared. I used to have a lot of problems in this regard in childhood, and I also had breathing